a huge game for Liverpool, massive game. They need to rebuild confidence back in that team and start winning again.
Yeah, it is one of the biggest games in world football. Who will come out on top? It is Liverpool against Manchester United, live on Super Sunday. You can see it, Sky Sports Premier League from 4 o'clock.
How about Liverpool's title challenge then at the moment? It's amazing how quickly the narrative can change, because after those first 5 games, the side of champions not playing very well, but they keep scoring at the end, and everyone was very positive. Just in 3 games, if you include the Champions League as well, it's completely flipped. How worried are you about their title?
No, I'm not. But I'm guilty as anyone, because it was like, oh, if they get Isak, it's done and dusted. They've won already, and we all know that football doesn't work like that. And then they say it was like a week. They had 3 bad games, and then they're not favourites to win the league. But they're a good team, good players. They've recruited well in the summer. They haven't been such a well-oiled machine as we've seen in previous years. But just like Cody Gakpo said, they've got so many new faces come in the door. It's going to take a while for them to adapt to the Premier League or to this new Arne Slot team. So they've got to get used to each other. And the main thing was they wasn't really playing well, I don't think, or even from the start, but they was getting wins at the start. It's a sign of a good team. But we have so long to go in this season. I don't think you can count them out at all.
How do you think, though, they regain that control and solidity that they had last year, which they don't seem to have this year?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they'll start. I think after this international break, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Liverpool a little bit more reserved in terms of starting with a clean sheet, because I think the big shock or the surprise is how poorly they've defended this season as a team. That's not just on one player, but as a team, they're very open, they're very easy to get at, and teams are all of a sudden saying, well, we can get at this Liverpool back line, whereas for years it was so tight, but you knew the back four was going to always be the same back four. Now you've got some new bodies in there, and they can be got at. So, Arne Slot's a good manager, he's clever. I think he'll tighten it from the back, and they've got that many attacking weapons that they'll score goals, but they've just got to keep a few clean sheets.
Diogo Jota, and it was something really that Arne Slot, I think, alluded to as well after they lost to Chelsea. He said that had we got a point there, given all we've had to deal with, it would have been a very good start to the season. Yeah. Do we sometimes underestimate the huge impact Diogo Jota's passing on Liverpool this season?
Possibly, and I don't think anybody means that disrespectfully, but because football's such a fast-moving sport, and there's always a game, and you're always judged on that last game, possibly, maybe we all do, but just listening to Cody Gakpo, then you can see how emotional it is. It's such a tragic story, and you can imagine how much it affected the whole changing room. I had a teammate also that died when he was playing for Swansea, Bessin Idrisai. And it's you try and pay them the most respect, so nobody sits in his locker. But then every time you go in, it reminds you, so it brings you're sad all the time. And then, like I said, they've got new players coming in that aren't attached to that situation, that are happy to be at Liverpool. So it's a mix of emotions. But they haven't had the best of starts in terms of what we thought they'd do. But they're still they're 2 points away, and they're still in a decent position. But the Diogo Jota situation is, I don't think we should ever forget that the impact that would leave on that dressing room, and how hard it must be for them to continue playing.
Yeah, they won their first 5 games in such style. We'll get on to Liverpool's title ambitions in a moment, but with Gakpo himself, what have you made to his start of the season? And at the moment, even with all of Liverpool's attacking options at the moment, is he the best option on the left?
Well, yes, for me he is. And also what I love about Cody Gakpo is, it's the same as last season. It doesn't matter whoever starts or new players come in. He just quietly goes about his business, and he always impresses. Every time I watch him, he's always impressive, because he's that type of, as an attacking player, sometimes if you're not playing well, you have a quiet game. Well, he'll do a job for the team as well. That's what I really like about him. He works so hard. He's down to earth. He'll always score a goal. I think he's had a good start to the season. I think he's a class act all round. Just watching him there, he's a class act.
Yeah, is he a bit unsung then because of that? Because he's not really a big personality. He's not a flashy player, but he's the kind of bit like Diogo Jota, who just gets it done.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He will get the job done. I think as a manager, that's the type of player that you'd want. There's obviously Salah takes the headlines. Isak's now come in taking headlines. Etikite started great, but he will be the man all season that I think Liverpool will rely on when they're in need of a goal or they're in need of a performance, Cody Gakpo will be on the pitch.
Ryan Gravenberch, who did so much good for Liverpool last season, he's added goals to his game as well in the early stages of this one.
No, he has, and a lot of people will probably think, well, why is Gravenberch in here? But as you said, the goals he's added to his games is brilliant, especially when he's meant to be as the number 6. The way Liverpool are struggling in that position at the moment is because the midfield is not clicking altogether. So obviously everyone's going to say, well, why are you picking him up? But look at all of his passes, successful passes as well, and he's adding goals. And I still think he's such an important player to Liverpool, and he is going to be for the rest of the season.
But you can't get away from Hugo Etikite for what he's done.
Who's your number one, Etikite?
Out of the 5, yeah, for what he's done for Liverpool. For what he's done since he's come in, with all the talk as well about Alexanderisak coming in, whilst the time he's playing, big money, he's going to be the big money signing. Hugo Ekitike's just gone about his business fine, scoring the goals and answered his own.
So you've gone for someone that doesn't even start?
Hugo Ekitike has been phenomenal for Liverpool.
Yeah, but he's on the bench now, isn't he?
Yeah, but now it's got to go on to the point now of Alexanderisak. If he doesn't start firing quickly, and that includes his international break as well, he's got to be the main man to go to.
Is that worrying then? Isak, are you saying if he doesn't start firing?
No, but I think when is
that going to happen?
What I'm saying here is that you know what happens go through the summer when you're not doing a pre-season and you're not involved in a first team environment all the time, playing in them games. It is going to catch up with you, and it's not an instant flick of the switch. So it is going to take time for Alexanderisak to start scoring the goals and performing to a level that we'd seen for Newcastle.
It's possible that Arno Slot doesn't play Wirtz and give a chance to the more offensive team with Ekitike maybe on the left side with Isak and maybe Gakpo behind Isak and Salah on the right side. Everything is possible according to what we're going to see. Yeah, I agree with Craig. What's going on at the back as well and where Gravenberch is going to play. But they're going to put a big pressure. I mean, that's a game we should show to the world that Liverpool is back to the race and to the best that as they have been last season.
And I'd like to see Alexanderisak being sort of filtered into this team to get his game time and his sharpness, which I don't think he's at yet. He's played for Sweden tonight in a game that you wouldn't want to watch, and we didn't. But Ekitike has been one of the players that has excited the Liverpool supporters. He's made a difference in games. His link-up play's been good. His running's been good. His goal scoring's been good. And I get it. Alexanderisak, your big signing. He's been the big story. You've chased him all summer. He basically, we could argue about it, but he went on strike or he went back to train with Real Sociedad. He pushed the move through. So it's understandable when you spend that kind of money, you want to get somebody in the team, but not to the detriment of the team getting the points. And you can't argue that Ekitike at the start of the season,
is the man.
Since the Community Shield onwards, has, apart from his faux pas in the Carabao Cup where he took his shirt off for the second booking and he missed the Crystal Palace game, he's been excellent. So that's another big call. I know he's had his injuries, but Alexis McAllister, you rarely ever seen him waste a pass. He was always available. He would do some great things, but he would do a lot of tidy stuff.
He's not fit though. Liverpool's got so many. Let's be honest. Liverpool's got so many problems. It's frightening, you know. And in some ways, the whole Isak and Wirtz thing is taking a lot of pressure off the so-called core group of Liverpool players who we relied on, who were at a certain level every single time they stepped on the field. So right through the team, we're talking about a group of players where none of them are even close to where they were last year. And yes, I agree. Arne Slot, at the end of the day, he's the coach. He's the guy that has to sort it out. He's the guy that has to get them going. He's the guy. But at the end of the day, the players have to be responsible for their own performances as well. So not only is Arne Slot struggling to figure out what way to go, but there's not a player in Liverpool's team right now that you can say is carrying the rest. I mean, they're not. Everybody, in some shape, way or form, is struggling.